Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, so we'll be. I was recording it. So thank you, all the devotees again. Let's begin. So the topic is from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we can understand that who is Srimati Radharani. So here you can see a beautiful picture. So here Srimati Radharani, from the Srimati Radharani, that thousands of Sahasra Srimati Radharani is Avatariki Srot. That means from all the Shakti Tattva, all the other incarnations of Sahasra Shada Sambhrama, Lakshmi Sahasra Shada Sambhrama Sevyamana. All these millions of Lakshmis manifesting from whom? Srimati Radharani. You can see that the Durga, who is the predominant deity of this material world, is manifesting from Srimati Radharani. You can see that Mother Saraswati is manifesting from Srimati Radharani. Even Mother Kali is also manifesting from the potency of Srimati Radharani. So there is, like Krishna has the Vaibhava Prakasha, Vaibhava Lila. Similarly, Radharani also has Vaibhava Prakasha and Vaibhava Lila also has it. Krishna has expansions and immediate expansions and plenary expansions and expansions of expansions. So like that, Srimati Radharani also has expansions and plenary expansions and expansions of expansions that we can see from here. So that's why in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna Goswami says that all the other, the female aspect of the Lord, or the Lakshmi, or Durga, or Saraswati, or Kali Ma, everybody is manifesting from that Adi Shakti, that is Adi Parashakti, or generally Adi Parashakti, people misquote this. Adi Parashakti means they say Durga. But in reality, in the scriptures, which reveals that Adi Parashakti, the original supreme potency, the Shakti is the Srimati Radharani that we can see here. So this way we can pray to the Lordships, pray to the Srimati Radharani, Tapta Kanchana Gauranki Radhe Vrindavaneshwari, Rishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priya. O Srimati Radharani, I offer my respect to you, whose worldly complexion is like molten gold. O goddess, you are the queen of Vrindavana. You are the daughter of King Rishabhanu and are very dear to Lord Krishna. Pranamami Hari Priya. Hari Priya. Another name of Srimati Radharani is known as Hari Priya. Krishna Mai, that's another name of Srimati Radharani. And Hari Priya. Like that, there are also 1,000 names of Srimati Radharani. Like Vishnu, there are 1,000 names of Vishnu. Similarly, there are 1,000 names of Srimati Radharani as well. So it's very wonderful to see. So in this way, we can see that she is the absolute Shakti. She is the greatest and the source of all Shaktis. She is the whole, while all other Shaktis are her parts. So you can see that. Please understand this, the position of Srimati Radharani. Among many gods and goddesses, by Srimati Radharani alone shall be worshipped. What is the reason behind such uniqueness? It's Lord Brahma is saying that this question is asked Lord Brahma. Why Srimati Radharani is alone worshipped? Then Lord Brahma says, dear sons, Srimati Radharani is the foremost divine power, protector of all divine powers of the universe. Remember this, all divine powers. Okay, she is the cause, she is the creator, and she is the nourisher and the protector of all the Shakti, all the divine potencies manifesting from Srimati Radharani devotees. That's why Srimati Radharani is that the epitome or the predominant deity of all that worship all the divine potencies. So this is the position of Srimati Radharani, that you can see that. Then we can see here itself, the Lord Brahma is saying, my entire longevity is insufficient to describe the powers and the omnipotence of Srimati Radharani. My entire lifespan. We can imagine that the Mahakalpa, Kalpa is 1,000 yuga cycle. Mahakalpa means one entire lifespan of Lord Brahma. That entire lifespan of Lord Brahma is 311 trillion and 40 billion years. And imagine, and even if Lord Brahma started to glorify the Srimati Radharani's glorification, it cannot even finish. My entire lifespan is not enough to glorify Srimati Radharani, the potency, the greatness of Srimati Radharani. So this is what it is also, we know that in the Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma is glorifying Srimati Radharani. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pradibhabi Bhabis Taburge Eva Nicha Rupataya Kalabi Goloka Eva Nivasadi Aglatma Bhudo Govinda Madi Purusham Tamakam Bajali. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pradibhabi Bhabis. The complete Ananda bliss, the Hladini potency of the Supreme, Ananda Chinmaya Rasa. Chinmaya, Krishnamaya, Chinmaya, completely absorbed in the devotion to the Supreme. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pradibhabis Tabri Eva Nija Rupadaya Kalabhi. Rupadaya, with that exquisite beauty of Srimati Radharani, and complete that Kalabhi, that the part of Krishna, the Krishna himself, and then non-difference. Goloka Eva, Goloka, in the abode of the Goloka Vrindavan, and such that Srimati Radharani worship. This is what is Brahma's prayer in the Brahma Samhita as well. So this way, and there are many, many Puranas and the scriptures reveals the glories of Srimati Radharani. In the Padma Purana, now the scriptures singing the glories of the Srimati Radharani. Sri Narada Muni glorifies Srimati Radharani in the Patala Kanda of Sri Padma Purana. And it is mentioned like this, O Devi, Srimati Radharani, you are the source of all that is specifically pure and good. Pure, originally the pure devotion, when Srimati Radharani is pure, completely absolute pure and good. You are the source of the Hladini, Sandhini and Samvit potencies. Why Narada Devi is saying that you are the source of? Because of the Shakti, the energy. We say that internal energy, the complete internal energy is nothing but is Srimati Radharani. That's why we are addressing to the Supreme Lord when we chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. We chant Hare, right? We chant Hare. Hare means addressing to that internal potency. Srila Prabhupada says that we are addressing to Srimati Radharani. That internal potency. Then that internal potency is divided into three. Is that Samvit potency, Sandhini potency, and Hladini potency. Lord Balaram and Krishna himself, Samvit potency, and that is what? That is knowledge potency, that is chit potency, that existential potency, and the Hladini potency, Ananda potency of the Lord, which is the abode, is none other than Srimati Radharani. The source is none other than Srimati Radharani. So Krishna is the Shaktiman, the potency, the complete potency of Krishna is none other than Srimati Radharani. So this word is the tattva we have to understand. So you are the source of the Hladini, Sandhini and Samvit potencies, and you are the supreme power and the supreme knowledge. Chit potency, the knowledge potency, and existential potency, the supreme power. This is Narada Dev mentioning in the Padma Purana. And then further, Narada Dev says, you give supreme bliss to Sri Bhagavan, Ananda, Hladini part of Hladini Shakti, the Ananda, the supreme bliss. And even Brahma and Rudra cannot understand you. So this is what, see, even Rudra, even Brahma, even as mentioned that the entire lifetime is trying to understand Srimati Radharani, cannot understand it. So this is the deepest part of it, dear devotees, that who is Srimati Radharani? See, not easy to understand, but we are just trying so that we can get a little bit of it, so that we can absorb that in our consciousness, so that we can worship accordingly Sri Radha and Krishna, Sri Radha and Shyamasundar. Your opulence is remarkable in every aspect. This is Narada Dev is mentioning in Padma Purana. Then further it says that the best of the yogis cannot reach you with their meditation. So we know that thousands of years the yogis meditate upon the Supreme Lord to get the mercy. We know that the wonderful pastimes. When Sri Ramachandra Bhagavan was going through the Dandakaranya forest, in that forest there are thousands of sages who are meditating upon the Supreme Lord and many, many years. So seeing the beauty of Lord Ram, they had that desire to serve personally to the Supreme Lord. So then Lord fulfilled that as well in order to serve, in order to relish that rasa between that conjugal loving relationship between the Supreme Lord. And as is mentioned that some of the gopis in Vrindavan, they were all these yogis. So this is the very special mercy of the Supreme Lord. So like that, even the yogis, they meditate upon the thousands of years, cannot attain, cannot reach to Srimati Radharani. So devotees is a very, very important, right? There is one time Arjuna, we know that the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna became and very friendly with Arjuna. So Arjuna was sitting with the Krishna, lying down with the Krishna, making the jokes with the Krishna. And this is what is that Sakhiras Krishna wanted to have with Arjuna. Arjuna was doing everything and they were joking and so everything doing together. Whenever Krishna, Arjuna comes to Dwaraka, they go together, they eat together, they go and make so many things that together. Even Krishna, we know that helped Arjuna to get Subhadra Haran, to get Napsurana, so Subhadra. This was the relationship between Krishna and Arjuna. This is Sakiras. That same Krishna became the charioteer of Arjuna in Kurukshetra. And we can see that. And Krishna was one time, we know that the Jayadratha, in order to kill Jayadratha, that was before the sunset, Arjuna took that vow that I am going to kill Jayadratha before the sunset. And he has to pass over like millions of soldiers. How was that possible? So Krishna was insisting Arjuna that go fast, at the same time taking care of the horses and giving them water and everything. And Krishna was very menially serving Arjuna as a very subservient. Can you imagine? And then we can see that Arjuna was even touching with his feet on Krishna's back, Krishna's shoulder. Go to left or go to right like that. Krishna was very submissively, very happily accepting all this. So this is the loving relationship between Arjuna had with Krishna. It's very easily accessible in that Sakhiras, in this friendly relationship. So we can see that. So then Arjuna asked Krishna, "Oh Krishna, I heard that the gopis are so devoted to you. You are also very devoted to the gopis in Vrindavan. And can I see that? Can I understand? Can I see that their glories? Can I see the gopis in Vrindavan?" So Krishna said that, "Oh Arjuna, this is a very, difficult subject. You cannot easily understand the gopis. It's a very difficult subject. So I would tell you one thing, you go and request, you go and take the help from the mother Parvati." So then Arjuna agreed. Krishna has some reason to say that. Krishna, then Parvati Devi understood that what Arjuna is looking for. Then Mother Parvati then gave some mantras, said that, okay, chant this mantra, and told that, okay, do the penance, do the tapasya, do this tapasya for, many, many years. So Arjuna did that. So then Mother Parvati took, in order to purify, Mother Parvati took Arjuna in the banks of Vrindavan and brought there. Mother Parvati told Arjuna that there is a lake that you just dip here and take, the shower, take the bath here. And then Mother Parvati instructed to Arjuna, then Arjuna did that and came out. So then this is the time there was one gopi came to Arjuna. Then Gopi bring the Arjuna to the Vrindavan. And then Gopi told Arjuna that, okay, there's a kunda here. You have to take dip in this kunda. And then Arjuna agreed and followed. And as soon as Arjuna took the dip, the bath there inside in the kunda and came out, then Arjuna became a beautiful gopi. Arjuna completely forgot. Arjuna completely forgot what he was going through and what is his past, who he was, nothing. Just completely transformed to a very beautiful gopi. And that's why is Arjuna known as Arjuniya Gopi. There is a gopi named Arjuniya Gopi. Arjuna became the Arjuniya Gopi by the mercy of the gopis, the Brajavasis. Then this gopi took Arjuna to the Radharani and the other gopis. So then Radharani asked, "Who are you?" What is Arjuna said, "I don't know anything. I'm just a gopi. That's all I remember now." And this is, everybody was astonished to see a new gopi. It's called Arjuniya Gopi. Then Radharani then presented this Arjuniya Gopi to Krishna. Arjuna Arjuniya Gopi was, then Krishna was exchanging. Krishna had loving, the exchanges between Arjuniya Gopi and the Krishna. And then, but Krishna knew everything, but Arjuna was not knowing. So, but because of the mercy of the gopis, because of the mercy of Mother Parvati, and then Arjuna became the Arjuniya Gopi, and this way, and get the mercy of Srimati Radharani. So, in order to even come to near and closer to the gopis, even their devotees, it's not possible because of their position is so high in such a way that they are the one who is closely associating and serving Srimati Radharani in the service of Krishna. And even the manjaris, those who are even gopis, they cannot even directly even serve. So manjaris are the one who serves the gopis. There are how many thousand millions of gopis out there? There are, it's mentioned in that scripture, there are 630 million gopis. When the Rasa dance happens, when Rasa dance was, there are 630 million gopis who are there in Vrindavan. And who are assisting these gopis? The manjaris. You can imagine that how many millions of manjaris out there. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentioned that one who enters into the Vrindavan, one who gets the entrance to the Vrindavan, and who is that person going to become? The person going to become serving the manjaris in the Vrindavan, when with their sincere service, by the mercy of Srimati Radharani, by the mercy of Sri Vrindadevi, only by the mercy of Vrindadevi, one who gets the entrance to the Goloka Vrindavan, and then once the mercy, then gradually, then promoted to that the direct service of Sri Radha and Krishna. But nobody can replace. There are primary gopis, and there are 108 gopis and Ashtasakis. Nobody can replace their service, but they will be all in assistance of these primary gopis in the gopis. So this is the way that one who enters into it. So what the point is here trying to make is that, see, this even the best of the yogis cannot reach to the Srimati Radharani by the meditation or by anything else, unless by the pure loving devotional service to the Supreme. So this is the way Narada Dev is speaking. Narada Dev is telling, I feel all the divine Shaktis are your parts as you control various Shaktis such as Icha Shakti, willpower, Jnana Shakti, the power of knowledge, and the Kriya Shakti, the power of action. The devotees, this is coming from Srimati Radharani. So that's why it is mentioned that one who reaches, one who comes, one who has this little bit of inclination towards the devotional service, of pure devotional service. Now, who is going to take care of such devotee? The Srimati Radharani is the protector. Srimati Radharani is going to take care of and protect that devotee, so that to provide that Jnana Shakti, provide that Icha Shakti, so that I can get up in the morning, chant the holy name, I can engage in the loving devotional service, so that I can develop this transcendental knowledge. This all comes from whom? That's what is the Srimati Radharani. That's why Srimati Radharani is also the manifestation of Guru Tattva as well. The Jnana Shakti is also come from. And Kriya Shakti is also part of the Balarams, the Kriya Shakti. That's also come from Srimati Radharani. Because of Srimati Radharani is source of everything. Because Krishna is the cause of everything. The Krishna is the cause of everything, the source of, and Krishna says that the reservoir of all pleasure. Krishna is mentioned that the Agila Rasamrta Murti, Agila Rasamrta, the reservoir of all pleasure. But who is actually originally that the reservoir of all the pleasure of it? Srimati Radharani. So this is the intrinsic part of the confidential aspect of the Krishna, and the confidential knowledge and aspect of Srimati Radharani. So Sri Narada Dev says, to explain further, Srimati Radharani is also the source of other goddesses who are expansions of her. So this is the position of the Srimati Radharani. Just as Lord Krishna is the source of all other expansions and the energies of God, the Shaktis or other goddesses. So thus Vishnu, Rama, even Shiva are all expansions of the one supreme being. And similarly, Lakshmi, Sita, and even Durga are all expansions of Srimati Radharani. So we can see this one here. This way, we can understand this. This explained that the beloved consorts of Lord Krishna are of three kinds. So then further Radharani's expansion. So the goddesses of fortune or Lakshmis, his queens, and the milkmaid of Raja called the gopis. So we can see that the the beloved consorts of Sri Krishna is categorized into three. One is the group of the goddess of fortune or the Lakshmis, and the queens in the Dwaraka, and the gopis. All of them proceed from Srimati Radharani. So we can understand this. All are manifestations of Srimati Radharani. And even all the Sakhis, Ashta Sakhis, are the manifestation of Srimati Radharani. The gopis are the manifestation of Srimati Radharani. The manjaris are the manifestation of Srimati Radharani. Because of the pleasure potency, one who serves Krishna, Radha and Krishna, one who serves, engaged in the loving devotional service, where that potency is coming from, it's coming from Srimati Radharani, the devotees. The Lakshmis in the Vaikunthas are the partial manifestations of plenary portions of Srimati Radharani, while the queens in Vaikuntha and in Dwaraka are the reflections of her image, the reflections, the shadow potency of the Srimati Radharani. Then the Vraja Devis or the Gopis are her expansions and assistants in the increase of rasa or mellows or divine loving pastimes. Among them, there are many groups that they have various sentiments and moods. So why there are all these groups and various kinds of, because of this, all these varieties of the, we can see that the varieties is the root of all the pleasure, the varieties. So when there are varieties, so it increases the ananda, the pleasure potency, the pleasure of Shri Krishna, or see, everybody is docile, everybody is working towards to increase the pleasure ananda of Krishna. That's why Krishna says, Ananda Ambudhi every minutefulness or the pleasure is increasing, it never decreases, it's always increasing. So then because of this, all the arrangement by the Srimati Radharani, that's why she is known as Vrindavaneshwari. He is the queen of Vrindavana, Vrindavaneshwari. This is Chaitanya Charitamrita is mentioned like this. So this way, Srimati Radhika Rani is also, there is Radhika Upanishad, there is an Upanishad called Radhika Upanishad. And from Rigveda, so the Vedas are always upholding and, very much glorifying the positions and the potencies and of Srimati Radharani. And it says that, and they are, there are one time the sages Sanaga and Sanatana, all the four Kumaras, and they were praising Lord Brahmadev and encouraged like that. Oh God, among all gods and goddesses who are prominent, what are their powers? Among the powers, which is the supreme and primordial that has posed the existence of creation. Responding to their questions, Brahmadev replied like this. Dear sons, listen carefully. This is the most sacred truth and the great secret indeed. This should be revealed only to affable jiva or the bhaktas. If this secret is revealed to a non-devotee, it would be lead to a great sin. So that's why, sometimes many times Srila Prabhupada also mentioned that it's not revealed that the confidential aspects of Srimati Radharani to the non-devotee, because of they may not understand. They're called sahajiyas. They misunderstand, they take it very lightly and cheaply. And then they pretend, they act like, oh, I'm the expansion, I'm Srimati Radharani. I'm in the pastimes of Krishna. So many times people take this one in Vrindavan. There are so many sahajiyas like that, we can see them. So then the Brahmadev is also mentioning, Sri Radhika is also known as Gandharvika or Gandharva. The ocean of rasa for the sake of divine play has manifested as to Sarveshwari Radha equals Krishna in all the kalas, divine aspects. She is the life of Krishna. So this is the position that we can see. Even Brahmadev is saying, revealing this. She is the quintessential prema Swarupini. Prema Swarupini. There is nobody can surpass. It's called Mahabhav. Srimati Radharani has such a bhav. It's called Mahabhav. Nobody can surpass. Nobody can reach to that bhav. So one time we can see that. One time Krishna mentioned that, oh Radharani, I don't want your company anymore. Then Krishna just disappeared like this. Radharani was just fall down like flat on the ground. And this is a similar situation that when Madhu, there is a Madhu or a bee, Then one time, all these gopis and the Krishna, they were, very beautifully, engaged in these joking moods and teasing each other and, joking each other, and they were doing very beautifully. And then Madhumangala, so that a bee is also known as Madhu, and it's hummingly, it's coming and then making the voice like this. And then Krishna was under the shade of a tree. When Krishna is the darkish Shyama Sundara, when goes under a shade of a tree, then it's not easily can be visible. So it's not primary. So then this time Madhumangala took an opportunity to tease and make fun of. So this is Hasya Parihasa Sambhashana. So Madhumangala said that Madhu is gone. That means that bee was gone. Madhumangala was mentioning, Madhumangala was correct and mentioning that Madhu is gone. So hearing this, immediately Srimati Radharani fainted down. And because of, he said, my Madhu, my Krishna is gone. So this is the mood of Srimati Radharani, dear devotees. So this way, we can see that the position, and it's Brahma says this one, that being is a great stupid who worship only Krishna, ignoring Sri Radhaji. So we should always worship, our scriptures reveals that we should always worship Sri Radha and Krishna together. When we say the name Krishna, we don't say Krishna name alone. We say Radha Krishna. We always say, so we should, and those who are doing this one, they are making a great aparad, great offenses against the Supreme Lord. So Krishna doesn't like it. And without Radha, Krishna never even, listen or never likes that. Krishna wanted Radharani's names to be in the first because of she is the Madana Mohana Mohini. Because of Krishna is the Madan Mohan, that means he is the attracts thousands of cupids. And by the all the cupids, Krishna is attracted by all the cupids, thousands of, as is mentioned that the Brahma Samhita also. And this way, but Krishna even attracted by thousands of cupids, but that Krishna is attracted by Srimati Radharani. So there is a mention that the Srimati Radharani's beauty is so wonderful. There is no words that we cannot even compare that. Even it is mentioned that the toenail of Srimati Radharani, the toenail, which that the splendor, the effulgence of splendor coming out from the toenails of Srimati Radharani is like millions of moons shining at the same time. And even says that even 10,000 millionth part of the beauty, even the Durga or even any other great, that beautiful beauty that we mentioned this world, that is even 10,000 millionth part of that, the beauty of Srimati Radharani. So this is the way, dear devotees, that the position of Srimati Radharani and who is actually the Srimati Radharani, this is the way we can understand this way like this. And then Vedas, the Vedas are glorifying so nicely about the Srimati Radharani. And it's mentioned that the innate divine power of all gods and goddesses emerged only from Srimati Radhika Devi. The power of all goddess and goddesses, where is come from? The Shakti. Who is the source of all the Shakti? Srimati Radharani. Is come from Srimati Radharani. So this way, these Vedas are glorifying. By whose light the color of Shyam, that resembles the light of Indra, Nilamani, turns into color of gold, and whose glance the black birds of nature like crows, cuckoos become golden. To that mother of universe we salute in veneration. This is Vedas prayers, the personified Vedas prayers for Srimati Radharani. And they understand, they know that everything, the Shakti, everything manifests in this, the potency is Srimati Radharani, the source is Srimati Radharani, whose divine energy the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Sankhya Yoga could not comprehend, whose glorious divine play the Puranas could not depict. To that Param Brahma Swarupini, Sri Radhaji, we salute that in devotion. Param Brahma Swarupini. Krishna is known as Param Brahman. Brahman is there. Krishna is known as Param Brahman. And Srimati Radhika is, who is that? She is Param Brahma Swarupini. So this is the way even Vedas personified is glorifying Srimati Radharani. So it's again further says, the ardent devotee of divine law, the ruler of universe, Nanda Nandanan, whose feet dust he wears upon his head, in whose love does he forget all his vibhutis, divine splendors like the flute and to whom he sold out himself. To that supreme goddess, Sri Radha Devi, we salute in devotion Sri Radha and Krishna both in one ocean of rasa. So yesterday, Prabhuji was mentioning about the pastimes of Jayadev Goswami and how Krishna is manifested before Jayadev Goswami, as Jayadev Goswami mentioned that. So Krishna is taken the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani and took the dust from the feet of Srimati Radharani and put it on the head. And then Jayadev Goswami realized, oh, it's not correct. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Krishna would never do that. So, but then when Jayadev Goswami went out for the, take shower before the lunch, that same Krishna is disguised as Jayadev Goswami and came in and cut down that words and put it correctly that, yes, you written correctly. And when original Jayadev Goswami came back and astonished, ran to the inner chambers of his house and told everything and asked what has happened. So Krishna himself, Jagannath himself, came in the form of the Jayadev Goswami and corrected it. So this is the position. So Krishna himself glorifying Srimati Radharani in such a way that. So these two rupa forms are like body and shadow. At any instance, they have no separation. Those devotees who drink the nectar of their divine play invariably reach the ultimate divine abode. Dear devotees, this is the glory that we are so fortunate by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he is none other than the combined form of Sri Radha and Krishna. If Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not there, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami was mentioning in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not manifested, we would never even come to know that the glories of Sri Srimati Radharani. It's very confidential. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also his Chanavadara. It's a very confidential incarnation. Only those who are the Sumedasa, only those who are intelligent can understand this. So that's another. So unless and until we have the mercy of Srimati Radharani, we are not even able to understand all this very confidential subject matter of this transcendental spiritual science, dear devotees. So only by the mercy, only those who are, so that's mentioned, that is when it was mentioned that one of the great Acharya was mentioned, one who worshipped Lord Vishnu 1,000 lifetimes, he'll have the opportunity to serve, to worship Sri Radha and Krishna in this lifetime. Otherwise, he'll not get that. So this is a position of one who worships Sri Radha and Krishna. And where did it come from? By the Chaitanya mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this way, and also another aspect of it, we know that the word itself, Radhika, where did it come from? The word comes from Aradhita. Aradhita means worship, one who is the supreme worshipper. Who is that supreme worshipper of the Supreme Lord? Srimati Radhika. That's called the worship, the devotional service, the epitome, the predominant deity of this. The worship is known as Srimati Radhika or Radhika, Aradhika. So worship, Aradhana, Aradhita is all the root words of it. And that's why the words itself manifest because of the complete surrender, the complete form of worship. Srimati Radharani is the epitome of the complete form of the worship to whom the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And also always remember there is another word called Aparadha. Aparadha. What is Aparadha means? It's also connected with Radha. So there is anything that anybody making any offenses in the worship of the Supreme Lord Sri Radha and Krishna, the offenses against the devotees, offenses against the worship of the Supreme Lord, offenses that's all connected to this one word called Aparadha. Abharada means the offenses against. So ultimately, whatever the mistakes, the offenses we make, that we are making that offenses against whom? Offenses against Srimati Radharani. Even though we make the offenses, Radharani is very merciful, like a mother. Mother is very soft. Mother is very merciful. So this way, the mother always forgives such devotees, but that doesn't mean that. So there is a sincere devotion a pure devotee makes. So all this sincere devotion, even the Radharani is so merciful, then only we can progress in the devotion, loving or pure loving devotion, dear devotees. So this way, we can see that the beautiful, the form of the Srimati Radharani. And it is mentioned that the bodily luster seems to place even gold into a painful situation. This is the beauty of Srimati Radharani. Chaitanya Charitamrita is mentioned that Thus, the wonderful, unprecedented beauty of Srimati Radharani is awakening in Vrindavana. So as soon as the Srimati, why? And there is a question, why Krishna is never leaves Vrindavan? Because of the worship of Srimati Radharani. It's mentioned that Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. The reason for Krishna never leaves Vrindavan because of the worship of Srimati Radharani. So dear devotees, we are Gaudiyas. We are the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is another than Radha and Krishna. So basically, we are worshipping that Sri Radha and Krishna together. So one who worship, then Krishna would never leave that place. Krishna would be there in the heart of that devotee. Krishna would be there in that abode, that the place where the worship. So this is the topmost, this is the ultimate of that, the importance of, or the benefit, or the worshipping Sri Radha and Krishna. This is one who doesn't get this, but by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, even though we are unqualified, we don't have any qualification at all. We are completely fallen down, completely immersed in this material worldly Maya. But somehow or other, by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, mercy of Acharyas, their mercy only, that mercy is coming from whom? Because of a devotee desires that fulfills by Srimati Radharani. All the desires of the devotees are fulfilled by whom? The mother, Srimati Radharani. That Srimati Radharani's mercy, that only that we can. One time Bhakti Charu Maharaj was mentioning this word. They are so unqualified. But there is a hope that Mother Srimati Radharani, one who follows this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and actually we are following Sri Radha and Krishna, especially Srimati Radharani. We are the followers of actually Srimati Radharani. By the mercy of Srimati Radharani, will guide, will tell to that, to Sri Krishna, the Supreme Lord, that, okay, this devotee is so nice, please accept him. Please accept her. So then Krishna, there is no then opposition. Krishna would accept that devotee, even though, the unqualified, the person is very unqualified. But only by the mercy of Srimati Radharani, one can even go back to Krishna, attain Krishna. So this is, dear devotees, we know that there is a beautiful Radha Kripa Kadaksha Stotram, which was, anybody knows that who is compiled this Kripa Kadaksha Stotram? Hare Krishna.
Lord Shiva. Hare Krishna.
Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva compiled, and what is that meaning of? There is just taking this one. There's one of it. And if you want, please unmute, and then if you can repeat after me, this way we can conclude with this beautiful Kripa Kadaksha Stotram. So you want to unmute and repeat after me. This way we all can understand this, and we can also get the mercy of the Supreme Lord. So please repeat after me. Munindra Vrinda Vandide Triloka Shoga Harini Prasanna Vaktra Pankaje Nikunja Bhuvilasini Brajendra Bhanu Nandini Brajendra Sunu Sangade Kada Karishyasi Mam Kripa Kadaksha Bhajanam. There are many verses, 8 verses, and then you can also continue because of the time. I will go with the meaning. Oh, you who are adored by all best sages, Munindra Vanda Vandidam. Oh, you who takes away all the miseries, Triloka Shoga Harini. Triloka. We know that Adhyatmik, Adi Devi, Adi Bhaudik, there are so many. The devotees want to take up this name, Radha, Krishna. Then what happened? Triloka Shoga Harini. Prasanna Vaktra Pangaje. Oh, you, those face joyfully blooms just like a lotus flower. You can imagine that the effulgence, that the lotus face of Srimati Radharani, the golden lotus face. Krishna, as soon as Krishna sees Srimati Radharani, Krishna forgets everything. Krishna is so beautiful. But Radharani is million times beautiful than Krishna. Says that. And Nikunja Bhuvilasini, O you who delight in playing love sport throughout the secret forest of bower houses, Davan. Vijendra Bhanu Nandini, O most charming daughter of Rishabhanu, the best of King Brajendra Sunu Sangade, Rishabh, O closest heartfelt companion of the son of the king of Vraja, when, O Vraja, Kada Karishyasi Ma Kripa Kadaksha Bhajanam, Oh, when will you make me the object of your sidelong glance of causeless mercy? Hey, devotees, let me stop here with this beautiful section. Sri Shri Radha Shyama Sundar ji ki jai. Srimati Radharani ji ki jai.
Yeah.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We'll stop
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Please accept
here with this note. And thank you. Hare Krishna. It's like my humble obeisance, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Accept my humble obeisance. Jai Prabhupada.
Yeah, Prabhupada.
Prabhu, couple of questions.
Yes,
One
please
is, if you could please post this link of Lord Shiva's prayer.
Yeah.
On Japathon or somewhere.
Yes. Yeah, we'll do that.
Now it is said Krishna never leaves Radharani's side.
Yes.
But then he has gone to Dwarka.
Yes.
And Mathura. So
yes,
who is that Krishna? And then Radharani is devastated in his absence. The entire Vrindavan is devastated in his absence.
Yes.
So how do we understand this?
Yes, beautiful question. Thank you so much. Yes, Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, first of all, because of the devotion of Srimati Radharani. Then who leaves Vrindavan? So this is another aspect of Krishna's, that's called Vasudeva Krishna. We know that in the quadruple expansion, there is two quadruple expansions. One is Vasudeva, Sangarshrama, Pradyumna, and Anirudh. So this Vasudeva, Sangarshrama, Pradyumna, Anirudh, and is actually in the Golok Vrindavan only. They are the caretakers of. But when the second quadruple expansion, Vasudeva, Sangarshrama, Pradyumna, Anirudh, they come along with Krishna in this earthly pastimes. So when Akrura took Krishna to Mathura, so we know that there is a pastime when Krishna went into the pond. There is a lake there, and Akrura wanted to take the Sandhya Vandana. So went into the water. So when Akrura had this doubt in his mind, what would happen when Krishna meet with Kamsa? So then immediately Krishna wanted to clear that doubt. Also at the same time, reveal that. So when Akrura went down into the water and saw that the Krishna's beautiful four-handed form in the water, and Akrura came out, and see Krishna is also there on the chariot, and same Krishna is there under the water. It's mentioned that. So at that point of time, it was Krishna, but from that point onwards, it was the boundary of Vrindavan and Mathura. Then it was Vasudeva Krishna went along with the Akrura. But Krishna is always there. So this is the secret confidential pastimes of it. So when asked if that in front of everybody, as I mentioned that, Krishna left Vrindavan. But in reality, Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. So then Yoga Maya intervenes. When Yoga Maya intervenes and makes sure that, okay, this is kind of a pastimes, and Krishna also promised to all the gopis that I would come back. So then Krishna incited and Yoga Maya incited that kind of feeling. It's called Vipralamba, or it's a feeling of separation from Krishna. The gopis and Srimati Radharani, that they are also at the same time. So this is called Achindya Bheda Tattva. Simultaneously one, at the same time different. This can be done only by Krishna. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is revealed this very, very beautiful tattva of, there is there is a impersonal aspect of it, there is Dodwa aspect of it, and everything. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at the same time combined goes together. Krishna is impersonal at the same time it's also a person. How is that? It's contradictory, right? But it's possible by Krishna, because of this is a Krishna. So Yoga Maya, Krishna's internal potency, arranges everything like this. At the face of it, we see that it's a feeling of separation, but at the same time, and Krishna is there in the heart. Nobody can take out Radha Krishna in the heart from the Radharani. In the spiritual plane, then the Krishna is in the heart of Radharani means Krishna is there in the heart of, there with Krishna. There is no difference. This is absolute plane. So mundane planes, we say that, okay, Krishna is separate from that. It's not actually. In a spiritual plane, everything is absolute. When we say Krishna, Krishna is right there in the form. This is the absolute plane of when we say Krishna. So this way, Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. Krishna never leaves the side of Vrindavan. But as a Yoga Maya incites this, so that there is also another Leela which happens, manifests that a feeling of separation, and so that everybody sees that, everybody feels that the feeling of separation at the same time. But at the same time, Krishna is also there with the Dham. So this happens on the transcendental absolute plane. Is it clear, or there is clarified, or is better, or still Hare Krishna Puj? Hare Krishna, are you able to hear?
Yeah, Prabhu, my mic was off. Hare
Okay.
Krishna, yeah, very nice. Thanks, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much. Wonderful question.
Prabhuji, Radharani herself felt that Krishna is not there in her heart.
Radharani?
Radharani herself was feeling that Krishna is gone to Dwarka, but Krishna was right there in her
Right
heart.
there. Yes.
But Radharani was not feeling that. Radharani
Exactly.
was not feeling.
Exactly. Krishna never lives. The Radharani also feeling that Krishna is not a why. Who is actually inciting all this? Yogamaya intervenes and making all this possible. But in reality, Krishna and Radha never lives. They are Eka. They are one body, one. There is no difference between Radha and Krishna, Shakti and Shaktiman. But also, we also have to see this way. There is a Tattva also there. There is a Krishna Tattva. There is Krishna, the Supreme Lord's Tattva is also there in a philosophical aspect of it. And there is also Leela Tattva. So Radharani is mainly, representing the Leela Tattva of Krishna. And that's what's pleasure potency of Krishna. And of course, Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj writes in this, there is a book called Srimati Radharani. And when Krishna is just by the side of Krishna, then Radharani is just manifested from the side of Krishna, then the shoulder of Krishna. Just one side of Krishna, Radharani just manifested at the same time. So then, whenever Krishna is, Radharani is there with Krishna. This is not two separate. It's one, but it's as mentioned that the pleasure potency, the Krishna, then Shakti is just, Krishna is in Shakti is actually Radharani, right? So all this Ananda, the pleasure is Radharani. Of Krishna's pleasure, Ananda, everything is Radharani in the form of Radharani. All the Shakti of Krishna is in the form of Srimati Radharani.
So nobody will feel his body, but it was just the adrashya, or not impersonal, what we talk. He was in form.
What is that?
Krishna was in impersonal form. That's why Yasoda Maya was not seeing him. Nobody was seeing him, Krishna.
No, Krishna is never impersonal, Mataji. Impersonal means that there is no form. But Krishna has a form. What happens, just like, when there is a dark, right? When the absence of light, there is a dark, right? So we don't see anything. But that doesn't mean that the light is not there. Light is there, but it's absence of it, right? Similarly, when Krishna is originally, he is there in all respect. But what happens when we put a curtain, right? That's the way, when we put a curtain over there. So this is what is Yogamaya does it. Yogamaya puts that curtain in our eyes. Then we feel that, okay, there is nothing there. But in reality, every Krishna is always there. Now, we cannot separate Krishna from anything. Can we separate Krishna from anything? He is there in everything. But this is the illusion, the Maya, the energy that which separate us from Krishna. Krishna is right there in front of us. We don't see it. Why? Because of the Maya's potencies, the illusionary potency, or this Ajnana Shakti or Maya Shakti covers us so that we don't see. That's why in this material world is Mahamaya, and similarly in the spiritual realm it is Yoga Maya. So Maya is there, Yoga Maya. It's all Krishna's potential. So Yoga Maya intervenes, then all these wonderful pastimes manifest, and we feel that, okay, this is happening. But in reality, Krishna is always there. It cannot separate from him, Krishna, in anything.
So this is also teaches us that Krishna is in our heart and he's there, but because of the Mahamaya, we can't see him, but he's
We
there.
cannot see. He's there.
So he's giving an example that way also.
Exactly.
This
Exactly.
teaches.
Yes. So that's what is, when you see that one beautiful phrases of it, when Prahlad Maharaj, when Krishna appeared before Prahlad Maharaj, said that I cannot have separation from you, O Lord. I want to be always conscious of you. What Krishna said that, yes, now onwards you don't feel that. So now you can see that me in everything. So Prahlad Maharaj was seeing Krishna. Wherever Prahlad Maharaj looks, he can see Krishna in everything. So that's why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto, I am seated in your heart. Madhahas mridr jnanam abohanam cha. I am seated in your heart. From me comes remembrance, from me come knowledge, from me come forgetfulness even. So when Krishna is there, because of our will, the free will thinks that, okay, I don't want to listen, I don't want to remember, I don't want to do anything. So this way, that forgetfulness comes to us. That means the Maya's energy influencing us now. Instead of Krishna, now Maya's. This is mentioned in the Krishna, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Krishna hi Surya saman, Maya hi andhakar, jaham Surya adhikar, vaha Maya adhikar nahi. That means Krishna is Surya saman, he is everywhere. Can we separate? He is everywhere. But then Maya, Andhakar, the Andhakar comes means it's covering that Krishna. Similarly, when we cover Krishna with our free will, our material desires, our ignorance, and for all this, then what happens? We cannot. So Maya, our desire, our intense desire to enjoy this material world, and who is taking over? The Maya is taking over. But on the other hand, when we have the desire for devotional service, when we have the desire to serve Krishna and the devotees, so that's why Krishna also says that Mahatmanasnu mam partam devim prakriti masradaha. Devim prakriti. So Srila Prabhupada writes in that purport, when that devim prakriti means, that means under the protection of Srimati Radharani. See this one?
Yeah.
So when we devoted, when we engage the loving devotional service of the Supreme, now what happens? Now Radharani takes care of that devotee. That's why Devim Prakriti Masrudaha. So this way, then there is one who wanted to enjoy this material world. Yes, all the forgetfulness come from whom? Maya, Krishna arranges all this, and then, but the moment we then everything, that's why Krishna says, Tesham Satate Yuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogantam Yenamam Upayantite. One who worship me very Bhajatam Priti Purvakam, with love and devotion, one who worship me exclusively, I would give them the intelligence. So that's why Krishna says that. Madhakas Mridir Jnanam, right? Mridir, that Jnanam Apohanam Cha. That's Mridi. So we know that in the Bhagavad Gita, at the last, Krishna was explaining this Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Arjuna was in this illusion, these various kinds of illusions, that we can see that.
Right.
But once Krishna told to Arjuna, that how are you feeling now? You are understanding Krishna. Arjuna, what did Arjuna said? Nashta moha smridri labdha tvat prasad admaichuda. My illusions have been gone. Nashta moha smridri labdha. Smridir, my original, the consciousness is regained. This is called, Krishna says that all living entities are originally Krishna conscious entities. We are spirit soul, Krishna conscious entities. What is the ultimate, the constitution of the living entities? Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means eternal, Chit means full of knowledge and potency, and Ananda means full of bliss. This is the eternal form of the living entity, and his Krishna conscious entity is already there. But because of our free will, that independent nature and the free will separate from Krishna and enjoy separately from Krishna, we engage in these material activities. Now Maya, the forgetfulness, ignorance, everything is come upon us. And then you completely bewildered in this Maya, then completely forget. And then Maya takes us away from Krishna far, far, far. This is what is going on for millions of years. But the moment we turn towards Krishna, so now, instead of Mahamaya, now the potency that Srimati Radharani's potency, the devotional Devim Prakriti, which comes upon us. That's why Krishna even says to the Arjuna that Neha Vikramana Asosti Pratyavayo na vidyate Swalpam abhiyasya dharmasya. Trayado Mahado Bhayan Swalpam abhiyasya dharma. Swalpa, even a little bit of that we practice. Trayado Mahado Bhayan, will be relieved from the greatest danger of this material world. What is that greatest danger? That greatest danger is that we are further go down into this material pool, material, the repeated birth and death. So yes, this whole manifestation of that, Krishna is right there. It covers our consciousness. Because it covers our consciousness, we are bewildered and it goes away. But the moment we follow the instructions, we follow and take. That's what is also, when we pray to the Srimati Radharani, what happens? Then Radharani accepts. So we have to pray. So Srila Prabhupada, while going through the ship, the cargo, and Srila Prabhupada says to Srimati Radharani, please protect me. Please guide me. So Radharani listened that beautiful, beautiful prayers. And this we can see that. So if you have any problem in our loving devotion, if you have any troubles, any obstacles in the path of our devotion, we can go and pray to Srimati Radharani. Please protect, please engage me in your service. So by sincerely. So then we follow the instructions of Guru, as also the mercy of Srimati Radharani passes through the Guru. So we get that devotees, those who are already engaging in the service of. So this is a wonderful science of spirituality. This is the way that mercy comes, the mercy of Srimati Radharani. Just the glance, that's why Lord Shiva is saying that Kripa Kadaksha, even a glance of Srimati Radharani is more than good enough. So dear devotees, this is the beautiful section of this understanding this confidential aspect of the devotion. Thank you, Mataji, for making that comment.
No, you have explained very well now. It's very clear. And thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Anybody else? Any other comments? Okay. So thank you so much. It's 8:20. Let's conclude today's class, today's session. Thank you. So we'll be continuing this tomorrow and until next weekend. And as we know that this is, Chaitanya Charitamrita is revealing so beautifully the entire chapter of this fourth chapter is revealing that the beautiful confidential, the aspects of Sri Radha and Krishna, and revealing to that point that who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So beautiful. And further down, we can see that. So if you don't have Chaitanya Charitamrita, please have one copy of it and start to read it. So we can go deep into the confidential aspects of this Sri Radha and Krishna. So thank you so much. We'll chant together. Vancha kalpatarupasya Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Radha Shyama Sundar ji ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai. Nanda Gaudi Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Gaura Premanande. So much. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.